Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Shednanigans. JJ, Jesse. This time we're gonna have
Wait, don't forget Eric.
And Eric.
You fucked it up already.
I already did, because this time it's supposed to be No, I wanted that spear! Ooh!
Why did you want the spear? It was the club you needed.
I already have the club.
Right.
But I wanted the spear!
Why though?
I wanted it because I wanted
You're gonna die here. Anyway,
I am not gonna die here.
hello. I'm your friend, Jesse Flowers. And today we'll be reading the history of the Zora.
So we walked by a tablet and I realized because I'd been taking shortcuts across these paths, like this! Why would I walk all the way around? That's just stupid.
This uncultured murder hobo, he left behind history.
And
I'm here to give you that history back. Every touch of culture is important.
I'm not
History
sure,
of the
Jesse,
Zora.
if you touch me and you call it culture, that doesn't count.
Well, technically it's a fungus, but I won't argue.
Oh, God.
History of the Zora, Part 1. As told by King Dorothin, narrated by Jesse Flowers. The rains have blessed Liniru since ancient times with an abundance of pure, clean water. Seeking a bounty of such water, the Zora gathered there. Thus, as the legends go, the domain was born 10,000 years ago. The land was also rich in ore, and so a unique form of stone masonry was developed to create our new home. The domain is one giant sculpture, a feat of architecture that has drawn admirers from the world over. Our great domain will ever stand as a hallmark of our esteemed artists who made it an eternal symbol of Zora pride. And thus ends Part 1.
Are they referring to the Divine Beast?
Maybe.
I feel like they're referring to the Divine Beast.
History of the Zora, Part 2. A Reservoir of Hope. Once every 10 years, the Nauru region experiences unusually heavy rainfall. The Zora River flooded every time. The tides damaged not only our domain but our people, washed away poor souls and causing great suffering and disarray. The Zora king of that time, after seeking aid from the king of Hyrule, rode out to see what could be done. By joining the architectural genius of the Zora and Hyrule technological prowess, East Reservoir Lake was swiftly built. Thanks to this fruitful partnership, Hyrule was no longer plagued by these devastating floods. In gratitude, the Zora king promised the king of Hyrule to manage the reservoir level to protect all of Hyrule from floods. Each Zora king since has kept that oath, spanning 10,000 years. That's why the reservoir signifies our bond with Hyrule. History of the Zora, Part 3.
How many parts are there?
Enough.
There are 7, with 2 addendums and a memoir.
Oh lordy.
Oh, there's a cutscene.
Damn it, cutscene, don't interrupt me!
You are literally in between readings. Now we gotta
All scholars say that blah 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 blah. I'll wait.
Prince Sidon.
How'd you get up here?
Sidon? Because he's
Quite
magic.
I still have to ask the
I
question.
want to know
love
where
his
I can
sparkle
get that tooth sparkle.
Oh, he eats many bokoblins. Their
Orbit
bones
gum?
sharpen his teeth.
Orbit scum?
Yes, he will double your flavor and double your pain.
That's double mint.
It'll send your spine to orbit. I don't know. Part 3. Miracle of the White Scale. Our scholars say that in the distant past, Zora's domain had a king with no special talent for the art of war. What he lacked in skill with the blade, he made up for in love for his people, especially love for his queen. One day, news reached the king of a horde of monsters gathering in Zobadan Highlands. The king steeled himself for war to protect his people, but the queen knew how ill-suited for the task he was. Worried for his life, she wove one of her own scales into his armor, hoping that her love would protect him in battle. It seemed for a time that the tide of battle favored the Zora, and that all would make it safely home. But the cunning Lizalfos general saw an opening and seized it, driving the king's forces into a corner. Just when the general's sword was ready to crash down upon the king, a miracle took place. An errant sunbeam reflected from the scale on his armor and blinded the Lizalfos, stopping the death blow from falling. This was the chance the king needed to rally his forces and turn the tide, taking down the general and securing victory. This came to be known as the miracle of the white scale, a scale that only female Zora possess. It was a miracle that began the tradition of Zora priestesses crafting armor for future husbands.
Okay.
Alrighty.
In the meantime, JJ has fallen off the Zora domain.
I don't know how to get back. There's a ladder. Everything's all good.
History of the Zora, Part 4.
Why are we having Jesse read them all out loud?
The light scale trident.
Because we walked by them instead of actually reading them.
Oh.
The queen and I were blessed with a daughter as lovely as a jewel. We named her our princess, Mifa. To celebrate her birth, the smithy Dento presented Mifa with a gift, a mighty spear called the light scale trident. Mifa grew into a bright girl and soon reached the age of receiving lessons from the royal family's Order of Knights. The whole of the royal guard adored her, especially Sergeant Sagan, who loved her as if she were his own kin. Under Sagan's instructions, Mifa honed her skill, and her radiance grew along with her skill with the light scale trident. As a champion, Mifa made her people proud. However, once the great calamity struck, she was never to return. All of Zora's domain fell to misery. The merest thought of the princess was enough to overcome anyone with tears. As a way of offering her soul repose, they tried to send the light scale trident drifting down the Zora River. But whenever they did, the trident began to glow, and Mifa's voice rang out loud and clear for all to hear. The light scale and trident and I are one. Abandon your grief and know joy once again. Do not cry, just remember. And so, keeping to her request, on the day of the calamity, the day that Mifa passed, the Zora venerate the light scale trident and remember their brave princess. Such is the order of their champion festival.
The Hylian who stole Lady Mifa?
Well, that would be you, I guess. Who got her to do all this shit as champion?
Wasn't that like 300 years ago?
About 100 years ago.
Yeah.
100 years ago?
And, yeah, I guess these Zora are pretty long-lived.
Okay, light scale trident.
This guy looks like a sturgeon.
This guy's old. If he remembers me from 100 years ago.
Oh, yeah. It's funny, they're, I think even some Goron make mention of, you look familiar. I might just be hungry. Oi!
Swift violet.
Oh,
Oi, senpai!
there's stuff down there.
Senpai! Buy all the arrows. Every time.
I don't have enough money for that.
It's an important
Don't you have like
investment.
5,000 gold?
Yeah, I literally do, but... Come here, crab.
That's
You're
right,
not going
crap.
to be bright-eyed when I'm done with you.
No, you're just gonna be depressed and salty with seasonings.
Alright, well, after that dark comment, let's just ask Jesse to do what he does best and read out some more comments.
History of the Zora, Part 5.
Are you going for like Georgia? What is that accent?
That is a southern Georgia plantation owner, if I've ever heard one.
It is a light Georgian accent, if you've ever heard one. The sage Princess Ruto. Long, long ago, in a past more distant than even the Great Calamity or the creation of the divine beast Va Ruta, there is a Zora princess named Ruto. We know that she was an attendant to the Zora patron deity, and she was a fair and lovely girl, beloved to all. Around the same time, an evil man with designs on ruling the world appeared, bringing disaster upon Zora's domain.
Link. It was Link.
It is said that Ruto
Ganon?
then awoke as a sage, facing this foe alongside the Princess of Hyrule and hero of legend.
That's a lot of balls.
Her achievements are remembered not only by
Just
the
like
Zora,
a college fraternity party, that's a lot of balls.
they are also forever etched into the history of Hyrule. The divine beast Val Ruta, built ages later to face off against Calamity Ganon, was named in honor of Ruto. That the Zora princess, my sweet daughter Mifi, was chosen to pilot Ruta is surely the work of fate.
Where are you going?
History of Zora,
I don't know, but I'm
Part 6. When the divine beast Val Ruta was first discovered at Zora's domain, my daughter Mifa hurried to see it. Those present that day say they saw an unusual sparkle of excitement in Mifa's normally calm eyes as she beheld Ruta. The princess spoke of the divine beast as she would a friend, and was overjoyed when she was chosen to pilot Ruta. I thought nothing of it at the time, but given the events that followed, I now regret allowing this to happen. I have spent many long years consumed by guilt. My dearest wish is that her soul will know peace. I pray for it every day. History of Zora, Part 7. There was a time when the people of the land were threatened by the dread beast something. It's actually pretty broken up. There's a lot of damage on the stonework. Beast, I'm just going to call it Liar, who lived on Mount Plumu Mountain? But one Hylian drove it back. The beast back and reopened pasted to... Okay, this one's actually really busted up. It's actually a little hard to read.
Read what you can, buddy.
The ball stopped coming.
Zora Helm.
Just like a fraternity party after all the ladies.
Win in this fight in non-north of the ruins near the lake. It's something their horde or the deeds of the hero Link. So north in the ruins near the lake.
North in the ruins near the lake. That's doable.
Then, Addendum Part 1. Around 100 years after King Dorephan ascended to the throne, a stray guardian crossed upland Zorana into our domain. The guardian seemed unstoppable, our best soldier's spears barely scratching its metal hull. It was then that our King Dorephan, without a thought for his own safety, came out to face the guardian himself. With supernatural strength, he lifted the guardian and hurled it into a ravine. The impact of the fall left the guardian in pieces, and it was never to trouble another Zora ever again. The citizens celebrated the king's valor. From then on, their trust and respect for him grew beyond compare. You can still see the scar he earned on that day, on his forehead, a token of his triumph. And Addendum 2. There was once a giant octorok in Hateno Bay, large as a mountain, which terrorized the village's fishes. Hearing their distress, Prince Sidon went forth to personally eliminate the offending octorok. But this octorok was a tricky beast. After the prince dodged one of the stones it spat, it inhaled him whole. Such has been the fate of many a strong warrior who went to slay the octorok. None have come back alive. Just as it seemed Prince Sidon would be counting among them, the giant octorok twisted in pain. The tip of a silver-scale spear pierced the stomach from within, revealing itself as the source of the beast's agony. Incredibly, Sidon had fought his way out by stabbing the spear over and over into the monster's stomach. Unable to bear the pain, the octorok coughed up the prince and scrambled to escape. Ever since, the fishes of Hateno Bay have passed down this heroic tale. The prince who slew the fell octorok.
Okay, so I gotta move that thing into this and then make it fall into channels to get it over there.
And now the final one.
I'm not sure how to do that.
Memoir of a Gifted Stonemason. What an honor it was to receive a personal request from King Dorephan to craft a historical stone monument. I did not realize how much content he'd given me. Though, I certainly exceeded the line limits of a single monument. I suppose I could have just shortened the text, but it felt wrong to tamper with our great king's words. Thankfully, I was able to split it all down between several monuments to ensure that every word was preserved. I have always prided myself on my ability to think outside the box. I am very adaptable, and humble as well. While I was at it, I thought, why not add two of my own? So I created one for King Dorephan and one for Prince Sidon. True, this was outside the scope of my commission, but I believe the triumphs deserve as much. But why stop that? Why indeed? My achievement surely deserves remembrance too. That is how a commission of one becomes 10. Of course, Having increased the number of monuments, I had to find places for them all. That proved difficult. Still, it is worth it. As long as I remember to sign these monuments, my name will be remembered forever, as it should be.
Can you throw a bomb behind it?
I mean, yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
Too much.
Oh, well, it's stuck there. That gives us time to think.
Yeah, actually, that means you could just hammer it to one side. Where does it have to go exactly?
It has to go into a ball catcher down here. Right there. I already tried to send it down that ramp. It doesn't get fast enough. It just hits the gate and then falls down. So I've got to get it down to here without it falling off the edge. I have no idea how to do it.
So, the reason I suggested putting a bomb behind it, turn the camera that way, was to try and get it into that little trough up there.
Okay, but then the problem is it rolls down to here.
Well, right, so you freeze it.
You could ice block pop
And
it
then
up.
you put a block on the laser beam so that it goes across and then to where the other ball is currently resting. What happens if you use ice on the laser beam? Or maybe the laser beam doesn't even matter. I don't know what the point of the laser beam is.
Wait,
But-
is that a laser beam or is that just a cross beam? Like when something hits it, it triggers. Have you tried touching it? Okay,
It's a
that's
laser.
just a pain laser. Okay. Well,
It's
that's
a-
good to know.
Pain laser!
The best I could suggest would just be using an ice block to pop it over the lip of one of these bad boys.
Right. Because...
Remember, you only have the 3 out before the last one breaks.
Yeah, I know. But my idea is to try to catch it down here. In between two of them.
Not a bad idea. My only worry is how will you stop it from just rolling over you?
What do you mean?
the stasis power.
Oh, yeah, that works actually perfectly. This is a very involved one. This is interesting.
It makes you think.
Maybe like stasis it and just hit it once with your sword or something,
My
just to knock
plan
it
was
off.
to stasis it, and then the reason they probably give you a spear here is so that you have a little bit of reach, but I'm going to use my axe because it's more replaceable. Smack it, and see what happens.
And this is the point it all went to shit.
Great googly moogly!
Okay.
Alright. You could ice block it over. Wait, if you ice block
Yeah.
it over, where does it go?
It'll hit the next block down, which is just a single slope. Oh, that's gonna... Huh. Okay.
I think I got this, guys.
So you've got to break that, then immediately time stop it.
Probably not the intended solution, but whatever. Who cares?
Oh, I've done this many times without the intended solutions.
Break the intended solution. Okay, so break it, and then...
Immediately freeze it.
Yeah.
Okay, now, I'm pretty sure if we just leave it... Okay, careful. Break the other ice block just in case it tries to hit that.
Nice.
Yeah!
It's ball in the cup. You just did ball in the cup.
We completed
Good
ball
job.
in a cup.
With ball in the cup.
I'm not sure that's how you're supposed to do it, but we just did it.
With ball in the cup. You did good. Good job.
I thought about it, and I had a solution, and my solution worked. I would have taken input if it did not. Oh god, that's why they hide their face. It's all mummy-like. Oh, it's creepy and gross.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, it's probably
Also-
just have meth face.
Also, nothing like Jesse's weird meth face idea.
Oh, did you see the drawing?
No,
No.
I told you I'm not gonna look at
We
that.
will never ever look at the drawing, Jesse.
You should send me more things that are not it, so I never have to look at it. You're just gonna send me a bunch of copies of it.
Yeah,
aren't
pretty
you?
much.
No.
Or other equally,
I
or
hear my Discord going off right now.
equally or increasingly horrifying things.
Oh, I wouldn't do that to friends.
Color it.
Yes, you would, Jesse.
Turn the AC
I know you
on.
well enough by now.
Thanks, bud.
You too.
Oh, God. Who are we and what have we become?
Also, we can see that it's just the same file name over and over again. Like, we can tell that you're sending the same photo.
The damage is minimal. To what? This statue? I want that trident. I want to wield that trident. Just...
That would be like a Zelda game, to just have the thing in the statue be the weapon of legend, and no one realizes that it's just sitting there in the middle of town.
She doesn't look flat at all. Those look like some weird fish boobies.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Fish
Really?
titties.
Jesse, you took it a step
Oh, she's
farther.
not look flat at all.
I just made that joke!
That's literally the...
Oh, it is? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh my Jesus! Either be involved or don't.
I am trying to be involved.
That's literally the same joke I just made! Oh,
And I got to feel double the homosexual ennui, just like, oh my god.
He changed the name of the file this time. Now it's normal_face.jpg. I don't open it. Trust me, .jpg. I don't believe you. Oh, just do it. .jpg. Make it a GIF. Just do it, bitch. .jpg.
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. Ooh.
Oh my god. Why did you feed me? Why did you pour champagne into this cup?
Because it was hilarious.
Champagne.
What
is
do
the
you
worst.
want? Marat? I hope it's not rot, but it might smell like fish.
Oh.
Your store name is the Coral Reef? Does this
What?
look like...
What kind of a name for a store is that? It's not even a pun. Or a play on words.
I'll use one. Look at their gigantic swords. Fish. Fish.
I never seen.
Oh
Sizzle.
my gosh, it's chillfin trout and sizzlefin trout. Yeet.
Are they fish that give ice and fire resistance? Or
Yes.
the other way around? Oh, that's the guy who hates you.
I tried it. What are you doing?
Trident maintenance. Leave.
Fine, I'll come back with the trident. God. I thought you might be able to put, a couple more pokers on this spear and suddenly it's a trident.
I mean, it looks like it does have multiple points on it. Oh, they're going the other direction though, never mind.
I will have fish for dinner.
Yes. Bueno.
No, not bueno. They're sentient. We don't eat sentients.
Are Zora technically fish?
They...
We
I
need to-
don't know. They might be mammalian.
We
I
need
get a
to-
sense of their mammaries.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe stop touching it.
Never.
Oh my god.
We need to talk to a... Oh god, what's the name of the field of study that deals with species trees? God.
Biology.
No, there's
Biology.
there's a more specific
Biology.
term.
Final answer.
There is a more specific term for it, JJ.
I believe you, but my final answer is biology. Ah, it's a GIF now. He's uploaded as a GIF.
Philologist? I think it might be philologist.
That sounds perverted. I love it.
phylogenists?
I won't fail her again.
How old are these Zora?
I don't know how long they live. Apparently, Hylians just live for fucking nothing.
I will drown Ruda in shock arrows myself. Wow.
Can I have that shock arrow?
Okay, open the map for me. Open the map for me just to humor me. I'm pretty sure you're literally on. Oh no, that's the divine beast, Vabruta.
No,
Looks
no,
like
we're
an
over-
elephant.
Okay.
It is an
JK.
elephant.
Its trunk is spewing water.
What are the divine beasts for? Like an elephant, a camel, a bird,
It's a plane.
and a
It's
something.
Superman.
It's Superman. We're fighting Superman. We can't win.
That's the bird one. This one is the elephant. We'll be fine. You can fight an elephant. Not that you should, because elephants are amazing. They're better than people. But
I mean, they have an emotion we don't called sexual rage, where they get a boner and run around and smack their dicks on rocks.
I did
Zora
not know
spears
that.
is a colloquial term known for their hardened penises.
Anyway,
Zora's Etchadona domain with their cocks for a period of 5 miles.
Stop.
Well, you did.
No.
Should have started it then.
yeah, you did kind of start that one, JJ.
Rah.
It's easy to be mad at me, but you must look inward.
I'm the problem. Hey, man. Oh, wait, these are kids.
They're precious. Look at their big heads.
They do have big
Oh
heads
my
and they're
God,
adorable.
they're adorable.
And
You have to see the Ruder kids. They look so cute. They're so precious.
You mean they look delicious? That's a
JJ.
That's a full-grown man.
woman.
That's full. I can't tell the difference between these fish people.
This one has titties.
Look, they're in
How
the
can
water.
You tell?
I can
Okay, at least from that angle, it's a little easier
Of course
to
you
tell.
can tell you're straight.
Look at them. Look at them. They're fish kids. They're so cute. And delicious.
Don't eat the Zora.
I don't know what you're talking about. Eat Zora? Who would talk about that out loud? Shut up!
Literally you 30 seconds ago.
What do you mean? I would never say something so horrendous out loud. In front of all these Zora.
In front of the internet for where it will be recorded for all eternity.
I got nothing. I literally have no comment in response to that.
Zora's
I'm going to the
domain.
king!
They're recruiting Hylians for what purpose?
Because we can talk shock arrows, and apparently that's what's needed to stop this thing. You don't have any fins, are you, Hylian? I'm also not red or blue. I also am
Or
not
a fish?
or a fish.
Well, they look actually pretty silver right now.
I am the president of course, Prince Sidon has a fan club. I have joined that fan club. Prince Sidon's pretty cool.
Prince is not. Oh my God. Can
Mm.
you say? Oh, okay. Look at their legs.
Look
Look at their tiny legs.
Oh, I know. They've got like regular sized legs for their really tall frames.
They're like Michael Phelps.
Exactly.
Wait, Michael Phelps has tiny legs?
So,
His torso's
not
long.
tiny, but that's one of the scientists have theorized that one of the reasons he's the fastest swimmer in the world is because his torso is disproportionately large.
Hey, I can get
compared to
another
his
heart
legs.
container. I desire more hearts. It came from the sky. The Zoras were terrified. The children ran. As a heart descended from the skies.
Agreed.
So now you have what? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7. Oh my gosh, he's huge.
What the shit?
Just Yes. No. You need to decorate each nipple. Yeah, you were red
Must
and blue
we?
map marker tassels.
Alright, be
Also,
right
is that a
back.
he or?
Except we can't see the nipples.
Okay, let's take a picture of him.
Yeah, closer.
What is he? He doesn't even register.
Cutscene. He's a whale.
He's a
What is that?
Oh,
Oh, hello.
what is? It's like a
a-
It's
manta
a
ray.
manatee. It's a
I think that's
manatee.
No, I think that's like a catfish.
Ah.
Catfish Zora.
Oh. So like a liar or something?
Huh?
Is he gonna deceive Link?
What is catfish?
Because he's a cat. Because he's catfishing me.
Oh. Huh.
Mm. Dude, apparently, when they get older, do they just get bigger?
Maybe.
It is all too clear. Aha!
I've totally forgotten you.
Forgotten literally everything, dude. How many other abnormally short white dudes named Link are there in this world?
Give or take. I mean, he didn't sacrifice his life.
Probably a lot. They're probably all on LinkedIn together.
Oh.
Oh, it took
Well
me.
played.
I was like, I don't know if that's a good pun. I don't know if I should be angry or laughing.
Or both.
It's a little bit of both. Right. So many memories. My mind's overflowing with nostalgia, my friend. I'm glad to give you that nostalgia high. I've been sleeping.
Was he the champion? Mifa who?
I don't remember your weird fish daughter, or wife. I don't know how you fish people procreate.
Are you sure? You constantly talked about the smell.
It is gorgeous here. And you've had no other heroes before that you've wanted to enshrine right there in the center of town?
Apparently not.
Sister.
Sister, okay. It's quite a feat. Divine Beast Varuda, okay.
Garuda is destroying the land. The land. We gotta stop it. Just like the episode.
Oh yeah. We gotta
Oh,
seriously
no.
pause the episode.
He's a ray. He's totally just a ray.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He's a manta ray.
Oh, his face looks so doofy.
Yeah.
Does he have depth perception?
Oh god, he can't have depth perception. His eyes are literally two different spheres of looking.
So that means he's a prey species, then.
Yep. Yes, he is.
Ask a Hylian for help.
Or a filter feeder.
Yeah.
But I think he's prey. Which means when he eats, he probably has to just go, hold on, I'll get it right this time.
So the prince has forward-facing eyes.
Right.
What if...
Look at his teeth. Of course he does.
Okay, alright. What if when they're younger and able to hunt for food, they have forward-facing eyes, but as they get older, their skulls widen so that they don't have to hunt so much, but more have to look out for themselves. That'd be a pretty cool evolutionary adaptation.
Yeah, but the old ones look like sturgeons.
Yeah, because there's multiple old... Like, the king is as old as Link is.
At
and he
least.
still has forward-facing teeth.
There's a goddamn whale.
He is a whale.
Like, do you tell who's gonna be royalty by who destroys their mother on exit?
Oh.
Well, legs are useless. He's the king.
Also, wait, why is this guy mad that he's asking you for help?
I don't know. He's the old advisor? Who knows?
Is he a spy for Calamity Ganon?
Maybe.
Yeah, if it doesn't stop raining here.
Cannot trust these lowly height... Excuse me?
Holy hell, that's racist. That's racist, man.
Hylians are visibly Caucasian, except for the ones who clearly aren't. Can't be racist against the Caucasian Hylians.
That's just specious, man.
Chill out, Muzu.
Muzu.
Well, hold on. If you can interbreed, it's not really species anymore. Gee, you're really pretty close together. So really, the only solution here, Link, is to test out this theory.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna go to Rule 34.
Stop. Stop right there.
You know,
Unique ability to create an endless supply of water.
Husband
The
nurses
elephant?
the...
Okay.
That's what that spout thing was, where I was like, what the hell's that? And it's like just spewing steam.
why is it raining? The elephant is in overdrive. Using magic to create water. If you ever find alien species out there, the first question will be, are they hot?
If the reservoir bursts, can't you just use the emergency spillway?
If it just keeps raining, then everything will flood everywhere.
Well,
You know,
okay.
why doesn't the reservoir direct straight into the ocean?
I mean, it directs into a river which presumably leads to the ocean, but...
The divine beast is crying out once again.
It wants blood.
Wants your booty. There it is. That's what I called it. That was that spout thing we were talking we found earlier. Good lord, it's massive. Did you just turtle because that's what she said?
Maybe.
Maybe or exactly.
Nice.
I plead the fifth.
Do you want another fifth?
This isn't a court of law.
There we have a
Can't
fifth
plead
here.
The fifth. Also, we have many fifths here. This is Shednanigans. There's more liquor in here than there is water.
I understand that, but I do have to be able to drive home at the end of the day in order to take care of a diabetic cat.
Oh.
So,
Somebody overfed the shit out of that
Oh, that
cat.
line makes me laugh way more than it should.
Diabetic kitty. How fat is it now?
Come here, tons of
he's
fun.
actually
Let's
not
go.
that fat.
Then why does it have diabetes?
I don't know, because at one point he was really fat, and then he started losing weight, like, really rapidly.
Yeah, because that's what diabetes
How do
does.
you-
So they took
How
him
do
to
you
the vet,
proper-
and it turned out he had diabetes.
Do you have to needle him with insulin every now and then?
That's exactly.
That
You have
sounds
to
like
go
the
over to someone
funnest
else's
chase
house.
to try, like, come
I
here,
am,
kitty.
I am house sitting, I am cat sitting specifically to give this cat his insulin shots.
So you have to go over there, find a cat in the house that may or may not be friendly. We haven't told us yet. Whip out a needle and go, come here, kitty.
It's
At that
not.
point-
It's not as difficult as that, but yes, that is kind of.
Just get a pneumatic dart gun and just put on your fucking safari hat and go hunting.
Russell's totally used to it because he knows that once you poke him, he gets his wet food.
Okay,
So
That's not bad.
you've Pavloved the cat. Pain now equals food.
Yeah,
Fuck,
exactly.
That probably
Insul-
worked for me, too.
Diabetes shot equals food. Exactly. So.
If someone rubber bullets me in the skull, I'm getting brownies. Yeah!
I will test this theory out. I'll start stabbing you in the foot in the morning to wake you up and be like, but Jesse, I brought you a donut.
Okay, if you only stab me when there's food available, you bet your sweet ass I'll start associating that with food. I associate things that aren't even associable to food.
We have to stop recording!
Alright, goodbye everybody.
We'll just pick this up right where we left off. But this is just gonna keep going in a nightmare. Goodbye, everyone. Whew, we'll see you all next time on Shednanigans. Like, share, subscribe. Follow us on Patreon or Facebook at Shednanigans Dank Meme Stall Depression.
There's a Patreon.
Yes,
know, right?
we have no patrons. That's probably because we only have like 5 subscribers on. Actually, I think we're up to 6 now, but that's you. Whatever.
I think I'm one of them.
Oh.
I'm not actually
Your
sure.
taste is bad.
You told me to subscribe. Hit the goddamn stop recording button.